Now open them. In that single blink, you just traveled 800 kilometers through space. Yes, you heard that right. While you're sitting there, perhaps thinking you're perfectly still, you're actually hurtling through the cosmos at speeds that would make the fastest rocket look like it's standing still. But here's what's truly mind-blowing. Almost everything you think you know about where you are right now is magnificently, beautifully wrong. Tonight, I'm going to take you on a journey that will fundamentally change how you see your morning coffee, your drive to work, even the ground beneath your feet. We're going to zoom out from this room, from this city, from this planet, and we're going to discover something absolutely extraordinary, our true address in the universe. And I promise you, by the time we're done, you'll never look at the night sky the same way again. You'll walk out of here carrying a secret that most people live their entire lives without truly understanding. You'll know where you really are. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on the most important journey you'll never physically take. And trust me, you won't believe where we actually are in this magnificent cosmos we call home. Picture yourself standing on what feels like solid, unmoving ground. This intuition has guided humanity for millennia, and it's completely understandable. After all, you don't feel like you're moving, do you? But let's start our journey with a truth that took us centuries to accept. Earth isn't the center of anything. We orbit a rather ordinary star at a distance of about 150 million kilometers. Third rock from the sun, as they say, in what scientists call the habitable zone. But here's what's fascinating. We're not even in a circular orbit. Our path around the sun is slightly elliptical, meaning we're actually closer to our star during winter in the northern hemisphere and farther during summer. The seasons aren't caused by distance, but by our planet's tilt, a 23.5-degree angle that makes our world wobble like a spinning top as it circles the sun. Now, our solar system itself is quite the neighborhood. We've got 8 major planets, confirmed now after Pluto's reclassification, along with countless asteroids, comets, and dwarf planets. But here's the scale that breaks most people's brains. If Earth were the size of a basketball, the moon would be a tennis ball about 7 meters away. Mars would be over 1 kilometer away, and Pluto would be roughly 300 kilometers distant. The distances are so vast that light itself, traveling at 300,000 kilometers per second, takes over 5 hours to reach us from Pluto. We're living on a tiny blue marble in an extraordinarily spacious neighborhood, and this is just the beginning of understanding our cosmic address. Now let's zoom out further, and this is where things get truly spectacular. Our entire solar system, this vast collection of planets and space that seems so enormous, is merely a tiny speck within something almost incomprehensibly larger, the Milky Way galaxy. Imagine a giant spiral disk made of hundreds of billions of stars, gas, dust, and mystery. That's our galactic home. But where exactly do we live in this cosmic city? You might imagine we're somewhere central, somewhere important, but nature had other plans. We're located about 2/3 of the way out from the center, roughly 26,000 light-years from the galactic core, nestled in what's called the Orion Spur, a minor spiral arm that's really just a small branch between 2 major arms called Perseus and Sagittarius. Think of it as living in the suburbs of the galaxy, far from the bright lights and crowded center. The Milky Way itself is about 100,000 light-years across, and our sun takes approximately 225 to 250 million years to complete just one orbit around the galactic center. The last time we were in this position in our orbit, dinosaurs were just beginning to walk the Earth. Every star you see in the night sky with your naked eye, every constellation, every twinkling point of light, they're all our neighbors in the same galactic suburb, most within just a few thousand light years of us, which in galactic terms is practically next door. But the Milky Way doesn't exist in isolation, floating alone in an empty void. Our galaxy is part of a cosmic community, a neighborhood of galaxies bound together by gravity called the local group. This collection includes about 54 galaxies, though we keep discovering more small dwarf galaxies hiding in the cosmic shadows. The 2 dominant members of this group are the Milky Way and the Andromeda Galaxy, which is about 2.5 million light-years away and actually heading toward us at roughly 110 kilometers per second. Don't worry about the collision, though. It won't happen for another 4.5 billion years or so, and when it does, the distances between stars are so vast that actual stellar collisions will be extremely rare. The night sky, however, will be absolutely spectacular. Beyond the local group, we're part of even larger structures. We belong to the Laniakea supercluster, a mind-boggling collection of about 100,000 galaxies stretching across 520 million light-years of space. Laniakea, which means immense heaven in Hawaiian, contains the mass of about 100 million billion suns. All of these galaxies, including ours, are slowly flowing through space like rivers of stars, pulled by gravitational attractors we're still mapping. We're quite literally sailing through an ocean of galaxies, part of currents and streams that flow through the universe on scales so large that it takes specialized supercomputers just to map our cosmic neighborhood. Now, remember when I asked you to close your eyes at the beginning and I mentioned you traveled 800 kilometers in a single blink? Let's talk about the spectacular truth of our motion through space, because standing still is perhaps the greatest illusion of human experience. Right now, as you sit there, Earth is rotating on its axis at about 670 kilometers per hour at the equator. That's faster than the speed of sound. Simultaneously, our planet is orbiting the sun at approximately 107,000 kilometers per hour. Think about that for a moment. You're on a rock spinning at over 1,600 kilometers per hour while simultaneously circling a massive ball of nuclear fire at 107,000 kilometers per hour. But wait, there's more. Our sun isn't stationary either. It's orbiting the center of the Milky Way at a breathtaking 828,000 kilometers per hour. And the Milky Way itself is moving through space, heading toward Andromeda at about 110 kilometers per second, while simultaneously being pulled toward the Great Attractor, a gravitational anomaly beyond the Laniakea supercluster, at even greater speeds. When you add up all these motions, all these cosmic velocities layered upon one another, you're moving through the universe at speeds approaching 2.1 million kilometers per hour relative to the cosmic microwave background radiation, the afterglow of the Big Bang itself. Every second, without moving a muscle, you traverse roughly 600 kilometers through the cosmos. You are not still. You have never been still. You are a cosmic traveler, and you always have been. Let's push our perspective to its absolute limit and discuss the observable universe, because even with all we've covered, we've barely scratched the surface of where we are. The universe is approximately 13.8 billion years old, born in the Big Bang, that momentous event when all space, time, matter, and energy burst into existence. Because light has a finite speed, when we look out into space, we're actually looking back in time. The light from distant galaxies has taken billions of years to reach us, showing us not what those galaxies look like now, but what they look like billions of years ago. The farthest we can see, the edge of the observable universe, is about 46.5 billion light years away in any direction. Wait, you might ask, if the universe is only 13.8 billion years old, how can we see objects 46.5 billion light years away? The answer is cosmic expansion. The space between galaxies is stretching, and has been stretching since the Big Bang, carrying distant galaxies away from us faster than light itself. This doesn't violate Einstein's cosmic speed limit because the galaxies aren't moving through space faster than light. Rather, space itself is expanding. This creates a cosmic horizon, a boundary beyond which we cannot see, not because there's nothing there, but because the light from those regions hasn't had time to reach us yet, or never will, due to the accelerating expansion of space. We're sitting in the middle of a sphere of observability, 93 billion light years across, surrounded by a horizon we can never cross with our telescopes. So what does all this mean? Where does this leave us in the grand cosmic story? Here's the profound truth that emerges from our journey. We are simultaneously insignificant and extraordinary. From a purely physical standpoint, Earth is a microscopic speck orbiting an average star in the unremarkable suburbs of a typical spiral galaxy, which itself is just one of hundreds of billions of galaxies in the observable universe. The numbers are so staggering they lose meaning. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on all of Earth's beaches. Our entire existence, all of human history, every triumph and tragedy has occurred on this pale blue dot suspended in a sunbeam, as one famous scientist poetically described it. In cosmic terms, we've existed for less than a blink of an eye, and our individual lives are nearly immeasurable fractions of even that brief moment. Yet here's the paradox that should fill you with wonder rather than despair. We are the universe become conscious of itself. We are made of star stuff, atoms forged in the hearts of dying stars billions of years ago, now arranged in such a way that we can contemplate our own origins. Against all odds, in this vast cosmic ocean, life emerged, consciousness developed, and now we stand here able to comprehend our place in this magnificent cosmos. We are the method by which the universe understands itself, and that makes us cosmically significant in ways that transcend mere size or duration. So where are we in the universe? We're on a planet orbiting a star, in the suburbs of a galaxy, in a local group of galaxies, in a supercluster, in an observable universe that might itself be just one of many universes. We're moving through space at millions of kilometers per hour on a journey that began 13.8 billion years ago and continues into an uncertain future. We're simultaneously nowhere special, and the most special thing we know of, conscious beings capable of asking where we are. The next time you feel overwhelmed by the problems of daily life, remember this cosmic perspective. The next time you feel insignificant, remember that you're made of stars. The next time you look up at the night sky, remember that you're not looking up at all. You're looking out into the infinite, and you're already part of that cosmic ocean. We are here now, in this particular moment of cosmic history, on this particular world, aware of our place in something far grander than ourselves. We won't believe where we actually are because it's more magnificent, more humbling, and more awe-inspiring than our ancestors could have ever imagined. We are the universe's way of knowing itself, and what a privilege that is. Thank you for joining me on this cosmic journey tonight. I hope you'll carry this perspective with you, share it with others, and never lose that sense of wonder when you gaze up at the stars. You now know your true address in the universe. Wear it proudly. May you continue to look up, to question, to wonder, and to appreciate the magnificent cosmic accident that is your existence. Good luck in all your earthly endeavors, but remember, you're not just an earthly being. You're a cosmic citizen, traveling through space on a beautiful planet, part of the grandest adventure in existence. Clear skies and endless curiosity to you all. Thank you. A speech on the title, You Won't Believe Where We Actually Are in the Universe. E.G. Neil deGrasse Tyson, in style, but don't mention him. Before writing this speech, give me 6 keynotes related to the topic. Explain each prompts this 6 keynote in details in 300 words. Don't add subheadings and ending sentences. Give me conclusion of this entire speech, also a good luck and thank you message. Write an inspiring and intro for this speech as such a way that the audience should remain engaged till end of video.